Hello and welcome to the second video in my little series on this thing here. This is the FrSky X18s. It's one of their newer radios and it's running ETHOS. Now, one of the first things you need to do when you get your radio is to make sure it's updated to the latest and greatest firmware. That way you have all the latest fixes and benefits. Now, to do that, you're going to need to download a program called ETHOS Suite. I'll put the link in the description down below. Available for Mac and Windows, and then you can plug your radio in via the USB cable at the top and then access it to do all of the updating. And through the ETHOS Suite, also allows you to do things like put images on here of the models that you're flying and other things as well. Now, although this is a brand new radio, straight out the box, the ETHOS Suite and the firmware is being updated and improved all the time. So it's definitely something that I would recommend you do in step one. Now, I've never used ETHOS Suite before, so this is going to be the first time for me, but I thought, let me document and show you how it works. The manual that actually comes as part of ETHOS Suite and is also available on the website is actually pretty comprehensive. So let's see if it's as easy as that, and let's go to the bench and I'll do the full update process and show you all the steps. So we'll go through the process to update the radio and I'll do it live. I won't cut anything out. Now, what I have done is nothing on the radio. This is a brand new radio out the box. And what I've done is I've downloaded ETHOS Suite. Here, this is the web address that you need, ethos.freesky.rc.com, and you get the links here for Windows and Mac OS, no Linux versions, and it shows you the three things you need to do. First of all is download it. I've already downloaded it and installed it, and that was a pretty straightforward and easy process. Be aware your antivirus stuff may ask you if you are happy to run everything. And then we've got two links here, how to upgrade the ETHOS firmware and preparing to upgrade the bootloader. And these are these two links. Now, this all looks remarkably easy. So what I've done is here we are in ETHOS Suite. Let's go through and see if it's easy as advertised. So let's turn the radio off. And it says to press and hold the enter key while pressing the on button. So that's the enter key on this X18s. Hit the power button. Oh, yep, there we go. Look at that. It says bootloader. That's very promising. It says this is only going to work if it is version 1.210 bootloader or later. And then it tells you further down how to update the bootloader. In fact, that's what that other bit is here. So it's all very well documented, which, you know, tick for you good. Let's see what happens. I'm going to plug my radio in for the first time. All the ports on these radios are on the top. It's modern USB-C style connector. So there we go. It says USB connected on the radio. And on the computer, I've got the contents of the SD card, which is cool. That means I can move things around. Let's just get rid of that, get rid of that. And, oh look, we have X18 has appeared in here. So let's click on that. It says the firmware version is out of date. The bootloader version is also out of date as well. We can update all the outdated components, or we can update the firmware. We can just choose it. You know what? Let's do the whole thing. Because you can see here, the other thing that I quite like is that it does actually give you, if we're going to update news, it does also give you a list of what has changed, which is good too. So you can see, if you're not sure whether or not you do want to update, you can actually see why you might want to do it. Love the things like the butterfly mix. This is all the stuff that typically in OpenTX and STX, it takes quite a bit of work to set that up. However, there it is. You can do those kind of things if you're a fixed wing flyer. Anyway, let's go with X18. Let's click on Update Outdated Components and then click on the download button. So it's going to download the different pieces. I'm not going to speed this up. I'm just going to let it run at the regular speed. Now, it definitely feels, looking at this, that this new radio and the whole ETHOS system and the ETHOS Suite is starting to get a little bit more mature now, and definitely aimed at those pilots out there who don't want to have all of the complexity of all the different companions and setup options of Edge and OpenTX. If this works as advertised, this will be great, and it means that pilots who don't want to spend lots of time on the computer or learning how to do stuff, because it's all so well documented, hopefully it's going to be a little bit easier for those guys. So switching to firmware. Oh, we have different things on the screen. Okay, looks like the radio just rebooted. Okay, so although we got an error message, that looks like it's happy. So let's eject the drive, unplug the USB cable from the computer.
Failsafe not set.
We have a look. Info. Look at that. Firmware version 1.211 EU. That actually looks like it did that. So let's plug it again and see what happens. Let's turn that off. Press and hold the enter key and the power button to put it into Bootloader. Plug it into the computer. The drives appear. Go into my X18. Ah, okay, there we go. So the firmware is okay. The bootloader is out of date. Now we can do the bootloader, and actually this again is all on here. So use the USB cable to check that yes, we've done that already. Go to ETHOS Suite. Yep. So after installation is complete, connect the radio, ensuring the radio is turned off. So we're going to basically disconnect the radio from the computer. We're going to turn it off completely. Let's plug it in. Okay, so now it's essentially charging the internal battery from the USB cable. Fine. Let's go into ETHOS Suite. And we've got something called DFU Flasher. Oh, here we go. Right, this is new. We can't select the bootloader because we haven't downloaded it. Okay, that's fine. What we'll do is let's just follow the instructions. So we need to go to this address and download it. So here is release 211. That's fine. We need to find the radio that we're interested in. Oh, look, X18 bootloader.zip. I'm guessing that's what we're after. Let's open that and have a look. Okay, let's copy that onto the desktop. Right, let's see if that works. That would be nice if that was all in here. So we'll select the bootloader, go onto the desktop. That says it's that. Open. Suitable for X18 version 1. Okay, fab. Right. You have to click on that bit. Okay, here we go. Flashing bootloader. So hopefully now it's coming across. There we go. It's working on it. Lots and lots of pulsing. And then at the end of it, hopefully. Ooh, I like it when it says success. That's good. Right. So now if we unplug the radio, let's put it into bootloader mode again. Plug it back into the computer. Good, everything still appears. Go into the X18. Hey, there we go. We are now all up to date. So that's the process as it stands at the moment. I'm sure ETHOS Suite will continue to be updated to make it easier and easier. But now my firmware is up to date, my bootloader is up to date, my internal storage is up to date, and my system bitmaps is up to date as well. And we're spending a little bit of time in here in the coming videos to play with things like the image and audio tools as well. But that is my radio completely updated and ready for programming. Thank you for spending your time today watching that video. You can find me in all the usual places on social media, and if you're trying to learn about a subject, then check out the playlist. All of my videos are organized into easy to follow playlists that if you're trying to learn a topic will take you from the basics right the way through to some pretty advanced stuff.